Wife and neighbor, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So I've been gone for a couple days. Glad to get home. We got some work we need to get done. We're going to check on some cows, check on some chickens, check on the piglets. I've not seen the piglets in a couple days. Excited to see how they're doing. So hang out with us for a little bit and let's see how things are going on the farm. Turn your microphone on there.
It is.
Oh yeah. My gracious. Daggone. So when did this happen?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
About 10 o'clock.
So today is Saturday, and this happened on Wednesday night. Now, I've been out of town for a few days. I had to leave out on Tuesday and got home yesterday. So I was gone Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I was gone for 3 nights. And so this happened on Wednesday when I was gone. Tell them, you said you were at the house and you heard it.
I was in the recliner dozing about 10 o'clock Wednesday night and heard it fall.
Wow. Daggone. I think it's a red oak. Yeah, I believe if that's a leaf from it, then it's a red oak. Daggone, there may be, so see, I'm not experienced enough. I don't know how to, I wouldn't know how to start cutting this thing down and getting it out of here. Because it's standing on this limb right here, broke out up there, and y'all see the root ball on this thing. It just come up out of the ground.
I mean, because it's got buds on it. It was budding out.
It was budding out. I wonder why. I wonder why it done that. But if we could, of course, right there's part of it's just dead.
Yeah, it looks like it might be dying.
Yeah. But if we could, there's 2 or 3 good saw logs in this. I mean, big stuff. Plenty of firewood in the limbs. Man, that's going to be a job to clean up. You know what?
Yeah.
That's going to be a job to clean up. Whew, Lord of mercy. Okay.
It's a nice one.
Huh?
It's a nice one.
That is a nice one. That's for sure. All right. Another new chore to tackle here one day. Get Newman to help me. Get on
I'm
this
glad
thing.
there wasn't any pigs or anything out here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Glad there wasn't no livestock up here. Oh, in the hut over there. Okay.
Hello, piggies.
Hello,
Y'all
piggies.
sure are dirty.
How are y'all?
Hello, mamas.
So we'll do us a little quick piglet check here. It's 5 off the white mom. Here comes number 6. Oh, there's number 7. Well, he stands out in the crowd down there, don't he? So we got 7 off of the white mom, which is affirmative. These are the ones off of Spot right here.
Well, they're big uns, ain't they?
Yeah. Man. These are the ones off of Spot. I got one right here, hunkered down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like we're all here. Man, they've really grown since I've been gone, ain't they?
Yeah, boy.
Boy, that little runt right there. Patchy.
Ain't he something?
Yeah. He's something. We're out and about now. All right. So we've had about 2 inches of rain in the past 24 hours. Probably a little more. Need to look at the weather station for the neighbor.
Hey, Mama.
But it is wet, soupy, soggy, nasty, grade A, miserable. Down here, these are the piglets off of that red mom. Should have 4 of them. Hello, pig. Oh, we got 4. Hello, piglets. Hello, piglets. They're all there. Man, that is a Durocky looking bunch right there now. If you don't know what a Duroc piglet looks like, of course, some of them's got some upright ears.
How many you got there?
I got 4.
Good.
So everybody's here. Man, they look good. They look real good. So like we had said in the previous video, we had some issues with Farron this time around. That big black mom, she didn't do well. And the red girl, she lost a handful because she ended up with a stuck piglet. But the ones that have made it are looking good, up, active. I mean, everybody
Look at
looks
the little patch here.
The little patch guy. But everybody looks good. This makes me a little nervous right here.
Yeah.
With these piglets up here underneath these moms while they're trying to eat. The smaller ones, the bigger ones are fine. But everybody's looking good. Looks like the moms are getting them out, moving them around a little bit. That's a good sign. We're past that 72 hours on everybody. And like we've said in the past, once you get them past about 3 days, they're pretty good because their mobility is up and they can get out of mom's way and all that kind of thing. So, but yeah, piglets are looking good.
Three boys there. 3 boys and a girl.
That little striped one's a girl, ain't she?
Yeah. Ain't she pretty?
No, that red one right there is the girl. The one going around the corner.
A boy it is, ain't it?
Yeah. There's 2 and 2. All right, y'all remember we got a bunch of chicks in. How many came in that group?
3 weeks ago.
Was it 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
And how many was in the group?
102.
And we lost how many?
72.
We lost 72. And you ordered replacements.
Well, I asked for replacements.
We asked for replacements, and
At no charge.
they honored that.
Yes.
So they sent
70.
70 back. Okay.
So we lost 70 within the 48-hour time period, and then we lost 2 more.
Right.
So they owed us for 70.
Right. So they sent us 70.
70 on the nose.
And they came in when?
Wednesday morning.
They came in Wednesday morning while I was gone.
And they were not healthy.
They were not healthy when you got them.
No.
So you brought them straight, and it wasn't cold.
No.
It wasn't cold that morning.
It was 50s.
50s.
That morning.
So you brought them straight home, and they went into the brooder here.
Right under the lamps.
Right. I mean, we didn't.
I mean, directly under the lamps.
There was no monkeying around.
No.
No extenuating circumstance. Very routine, what we normally do on chicks, right?
Yes.
Very routine. And how many have we lost now? Out of this,
45.
we've lost 45 out of the 70. Out of the 70 that came. So I know that on those first couple of batches, you know, we had some cold stress and some cold issues. And that certainly accounts for some loss. But this is concerning. There's no reason why, if we get 70 chicks in on a 50-degree morning, they come straight in and go straight in the brooder, that we should lose 45 of them. That is just, that's ridiculous. And so I know I'd had a couple of comments on some videos. Well, if you're going to be ordering chicks in 25-degree weather, that's what you get. You should know better. And like I say, I agree that there's been, on those first batches, there was some cold issues. But to lose that number on this batch here, where there is no cold issues, they go straight in the brooder, and within, how many did you lose within 24 hours?
36.
To lose 36 within 24 hours makes me wonder if there's not an issue. So we have ordered an additional 100 birds from Freedom Ranger Hatchery, is that right?
Yes, and these are a Cornish subset as well.
Okay, so a Cornish style bird from Freedom Ranger. They will be here this coming week. We'll see how they go and how things go with it. But we're not having good luck on these chickens this year. We'll have to figure this out. And here's the batch that we lost the original 72 out of. 3 weeks old now. See if we can get out here where they're at. But they're looking really good. They're growing, coming on strong. I mean, looking like they should at this age. We're leaving them in the brooder a little longer than normal just because of the time of year. But they'll be ready to come out in another week or so, the way that they're doing, the way the weather's looking. But yeah, we lost 72 out of this bunch. Primarily we thought to cold stress. We still think a lot of it was cold stress, but there's just no reason in the world why we should have lost that many out of that bunch down there in the barn. That's just ridiculous. Looks like I need to go get a little hay on Monday or Tuesday. We bought 30 rolls off of our provider that we had bought hay off of last year. I'll insert a little bit of footage here right now of me picking up the last batch and him loading it on the trailer. This is our friend John. We bought hay off of him this year, and this guy's about the neatest hay stacker loader that I've ever seen. I mean, he really gets it on there. He makes use of every inch of space on the trailer. But I got 4 left. There's another 6 over at his place. We got to get those. And y'all, I'm really hoping with this grass coming on like it is that we can get these cows out in the next few days. Still probably need to find a little extra hay so they can have some dry material when they get out of here on this green grass. If not, they'll get the runs. But I think we're just about ready to start grazing.
Think so?
Man, I hope so. Cows break me up and hay. So cows, everybody's looking good here. I think we've talked about this in relation to grazing. They're in what we have used as a winter sacrifice paddock. They went in here, I guess November, Sandra?
Yeah.
Maybe, sometime in November.
They went in kind of early.
Yeah, they went in kind of early because we ran out of grass and we were having to feed hay anyway. So they went in this, and this is where they've stayed. And we have intentionally left them here because we didn't want to be pugging up and, you know, wearing out a lot of other pasture. Hopefully, again, in the next couple of days, we can come out of this, what's become kind of barren. And I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this at all, but it is what it is. And we can go back out here on this, and we can start grazing and get back into our daily moves. We've got all this field down here. We've got the field up there on the hill behind the feed barn. We've got pasture back in behind our shop, and then all this along the road up here on the upper side coming back down. All together, we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 32 acres of grazing ground. So we'll be glad to get them out. But the model here has been unroll hay daily. They've been getting a roll of hay a day, probably a little more than they really would need, but we've got plenty of carbon and plenty of hay litter on the ground, and I think that will help us as the year goes along. So, but for right now, let's get this rolled out, and then we'll go look at the broilers. They got a big day tomorrow, ain't they?
Yes, they do.
Big day tomorrow. All right, on the meat chickens. Meat chickens got a big day tomorrow, ain't they, babe?
Big day.
So we are going to be processing these birds tomorrow. We got 64 of them left.
62.
62. Gosh,
We ate one last night.
it was good. So, y'all, she baked the chicken in the oven. That's all it was. You didn't do anything special to it.
Salt and pepper, and I rubbed it with olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little Italian seasoning.
And baked it.
That was it.
And that was the best chicken. It was really
It
good.
was a 4.5 pound bird, and it took right at an hour.
Of course, it had been about 5 days since I'd had a home cooked meal, so man, it was good. So these meat chickens, going to be processing them tomorrow. We've got a team of about what?
7.
7 folks coming to help. Now we had a little bit of good fortune, didn't we?
Yes.
Tell them about what happened on our meat chickens.
There's another farm down the road, CS Farm. They live in Rhonda, North Carolina, and they're into chickens like us. And I sent neighbor Chad a message yesterday asking him if he could get a hold of any chicks to look for chicks closer, to the farm so they don't have to go in the mail.
Because of the trouble we've had out
Because of the
here.
trouble we've had, yeah.
And he's got some connections.
He's got some connections. He went to North Carolina State, and he knows some folks down there. And he shot me a message back and he said, I'll call you after a while. And I was like, okay. So he called me and he said, if you got a minute, I'm going to bring something, show it to you. And I was like, okay. He brought a crate with 8 chickens in it. And the smallest one might have been 6 pounds live weight.
Ready to process.
Ready to process.
He had just come about.
He had just come about a whole batch of ready to process birds
That another farm had had. And
that
then,
another farm had, and they were trying to get rid of them. They were having trouble with getting their processing together, so he sold us 100 ready to process chickens from another farm that raises animals the same way we do.
And so instead of having 62 to process tomorrow, we've got
162.
162. And the icing on the cake,
He had some that were 4.5 pound average that have a couple of weeks to go. Want to know if we wanted any of them. So we got 120 of them.
yep. So, and he brought them up just a little bit ago, and they're up here next to the processing building in crates.
Yep.
So we'll process stuff in the morning, and then that 120, as we get these tractors cleaned out with these chickens, those 120 will come down and go in here, won't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. So our chicken woes are slowly.
And he's going to get some more money.
So there'll be some more. There
So
may be some
if
more.
he said if we want some, to let him know by 6 a.m. Monday morning.
And we can get some more of them. Wow. I'm going to get to work on getting some tractors ready.
Yeah, and the thing about it is we've taken 3 chicken pre-orders today for a total of 63 birds. So out of this 162 that we're getting ready to process, we're going to have 50 left available. The rest of them are already pre-sold.
Wow. That's
So
crazy.
if you want chicken from us, if you're, local, you better give us a call.
You better let us know.
Email, text, phone call, something.
Sooner, and we'll put all the contact information in the description down below. You can go to the website, SheratonParkFarms.com. You can find our contact info over there. But like Sandra says, if you're local and you're wanting to buy some chicken from us, you better get your name in the hat,
Ready to get
because
on
we
with
are
it.
selling it as fast as we can get it ready.
Yeah,
And in some cases, selling it before it's ready.
before it's ready.
Yeah, yeah. So,
All these birds were sold before they was ready.
yeah, crazy.
And these birds will be 8 weeks and 6 days old tomorrow.
Wow. So 9 weeks, essentially.
Yep. That's pretty good for growing them through February,
Yeah, sure is.
I think.
quick tip on your birds, at least 12 hours, longer if you can, but at least 12 hours before you process these birds, pull your feeders out. Take them off of feed. That way the crops will be clean. There'll be some green material in it, won't there?
Oh yeah, they're eating clover as hard as they
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
right now.
Because we got a bunch of clover. I mean, bunch of clover. But take your feeders out at least 12 hours so you got clean crops. It makes your dress, whenever you're dressing them out and processing them, it just makes it a whole lot easier, whole lot neater, and it just improves your life by 100%.
Yeah, if you can go a little more than 12 hours, you'll have
It helps.
clean bottoms also.
Yeah, you'll have clean bottoms. The guts will be they'll empty their guts out pretty good and won't be too bad. All right, there it is. Got everybody tucked away, pretty good shape. Concerned about those chicks. We should not be losing chicks by that number. That's worrisome. I think we're probably going to reach out to the hatchery and talk with them about that and see if they have any idea on why we're having such loss. Because I understand, like I said, I understand the cold stress on the first couple batches. Shouldn't have lost them on this. That tree down up there, man, that's going to be it's going to be a mess to clean up. I kind of dread that, but we'll dig into that one day and get that going. Like I alluded to earlier in the video, I've been gone for a few days. I had to be gone for work, had to go to a conference, had to go to a work conference, and while I was there, interacted with a lot of professionals that I normally interact with in my regular job, who talked about watching the YouTube channel and following the farm on Facebook and some of those kinds of things. And it was a lot of fun to hear about different projects and things that they've got going on. Raising chickens, doing fencing work, getting goats, gardening, just or just the fact that they like to watch the videos and that kind of thing. So for those of you that are that were in Wilmington, that watch the channel, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So it was fun talking with you and interacting on something other than sort of what our daily missions are in work. But it's good to be home. Home is where I'm grounded. Home is where I feel the most peace. There were a lot of folks there that travel extensively or gone multiple days per week, spending nights in hotels, and I don't do well with that. My gut was completely tore up from eating restaurant food, and I don't do well traveling when it comes to that. But it's good to be home. Like I said, home is where I'm grounded. There's a lot of tangibility here. At the end of the day, I can look and see that I've fed those cows, or I've split that wood, or I've processed those chickens or moved those pigs, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes in my regular job, it's really hard to see the fruits of what you've done. And here at home, I can, I don't have to be on whenever I'm at some of those meetings and things. You got to put on a happy face and a friendly face and smile, and I'm glad to do that, and that's naturally who I am. But it's kind of tiring after a while. I love the people that I work with, but I believe I love being at home even more. I've heard it said and saw different things, memes and that kind of thing. People say, at the end of the day, whenever at the end of your life, your work will probably have your job posted before you're in the ground. But your family and those people that mean the most to you will mourn for a long time. So know where your priorities are, know what's important to you. And for me, as I grow older and older, this farm, these animals, and Sonder are the most important things to me. And sometimes going away and being gone for a few days really reminds you of that. So, like I always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.